What up, y'all? It's your man Wayne Train back with another joint. Now, while we wait patiently for the Galaxy Z Fold 2 to arrive to the crib, I figured it'd be a perfect time to go ahead and resurrect the S20 Ultra. Probably my favorite phone of 2020. A lot of people would probably say the Note, whatever. I haven't tried it, but the S20 Ultra has checked every single box for me. Autofocus issues and all, I still really love this phone. As a matter of fact, that's the reason why we're doing this video today. I want to give you guys another update on the autofocus. So I haven't got a lot of people talking about it, but I figured it'd be a good, gauge going into the Z Fold, something to compare to. And yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, if you don't know who I be, I go by the name Wayne Train. My real name is Dwayne Mims. You can search that up at the top. It might be easier to find your boy that way. But we do tech videos, unboxings, all kinds of stuff involving the world of tech. Now, if any of that interests you, please consider subscribing to your boy. But yes, S20 Ultra, autofocus, we all know what it is. So, after countless updates, I've been following for the most part. I think it was about 3 updates. I don't know why I said countless, but I followed every update. There was progress in every single update leading up to this final one, I believe it was. I don't know when that update came through, but I just now decided to go ahead and do a video on it. But yeah, man, so I got a couple of 1.5-minute videos. I'll show you the little clip first, and then we'll come back and talk about it, and then I'll show you the second clip, and then we'll finish off the video. But yeah, let's go ahead and get it.
What is it?
Gabby. Hi. Hi.
All right, y'all, so we back. Now, in this clip, I believe Samsung did an amazing job with eliminating that hunting that was prevalent in almost every device earlier this year. Mine had it. I ain't gonna lie, when I was using it, I tried to write it off. I knew it was an issue. I watched a bunch of videos. A lot of people was complaining about it. I just decided to be patient with it rather than really make a big fuss about it. But it was definitely worse this year. Each update that I followed since then had slowly got rid of it up until now. I believe they've done a really good job with basically eliminating it. I try to recreate it. I try to put it in a scenario to make it hunt with just kind of moving into a subject and just trying to get it to like have a hard time focusing. But each time that I put the camera where it needed to be, it found what it locked onto the right subject and it never moved. So amazing job, Samsung. I really appreciate that. Again, I really think they did a good job with this. And yeah, man, let me know in the comments below as well, in between whatever timestamp, whatever you got to do, what you think, if you disagree or agree with me. But we're gonna move on to the next clip.
I think so.
Look at the bee doing his rounds. So the bee doing his rounds.
Yeah, there's a few of them out here.
Now in this one, I'll save it for the, so there was a little bit more issues with this one on the back end of the video. I'll tell you why, but throughout the entire, for the most part, the entire video, I believe that they still did like a really good job with the hunting. Now the hunting is probably one of the bigger issues that a lot of people were complaining about with the autofocus, which is why I'm constantly talking about that specifically. As well as when it finally grabs onto a subject, just the transition of the autofocus, the background of it. So usually, like if you look at an iPhone's autofocus, it's a real smooth, you know, you almost don't even see the autofocus like do its thing. With the S20 Ultra, it's like bam, and you could see every single time like what was happening with the autofocus. So with these updates, they've done really well with smoothing that out, smoothing those edges out, making the transitions in the autofocus a lot more smooth. Still a little bit of work to do or whatever, but honestly, I don't expect them to get to Google Pixel, iPhone 11 Pro quality, and I don't believe they need to when it comes to that. The actual image quality, video quality, I feel like is right there, and they have a lot of other things in their back pocket that the other companies don't. So keep doing what you're doing with that. Also to mention, as you can see, flowers, a lot more noise, or not noise, but a lot more information, a lot more colors in this clip than in the first one. A lot of things can go wrong with this one. That's why I really am happy with how it turned out. The autofocus did really well in my opinion. In the situations where there was just so many different little areas to focus on, it didn't hunt. All it did was really just kind of blurred up a little bit. But I look at that as like, it's kind of difficult to, like, what am I really focusing on? Because everything is so close to each other. So it kind of focused on the entire picture. I was trying to get it to focus on one specific thing. With this 108 megapixel lens, I noticed that it's really hard to do any kind of macro. Once you try to do any kind of macro shots, that's when that hunting becomes an issue. So I would just kind of stay away from that. This camera's not really made for macro shots, and that's just fine. It doesn't have to be everything. Even for the $1,400 price point, you're not gonna find a $1,400 camera that does every single thing that you need it to do. Now, as it pertains to this specific clip, near the end, I noticed I had a little bit of issues with focusing on one area, so I had to use my finger to kind of tap it and get it to focus where I needed it to focus, and that helped. So honestly, I do that a lot. Any camera, iPhones, whatever. If I'm trying to get it to focus somewhere, I tap it. It is what it is. The phone is not gonna always know where I want it to focus unless I'm just all up on the face of the subject. That's not always gonna be the case. So sometimes I need to focus from a distance and just tap the screen and get it to do what I need to do. So don't be afraid of doing that. And I had to do that in this instance. in this situation, it probably wasn't necessary for me. It should have been able to focus on that subject. So I had a couple of little hiccups here and there. Good job, Samsung. That's all I can say. Good job. Thank you for listening to the community, listening to your customers. A lot of people are going to say, oh yeah, that's probably what they should do anyway. Multi-billion-dollar company. I'm sorry, there's a lot of companies out there that do not answer to anything. They making the money, they selling the product. Why do I gotta listen to you? You're buying it regardless of what I do. Samsung, they've handled a lot of these big issues really well, so I have to, hats off to you guys. I appreciate it. So yeah, man, that's basically it. So let me know in the comments once again what you guys think, if there's anything that you want to know, if there's any other parts of the video. Like I said, I wasn't really covering anything else, mainly the autofocus. If there's some other things that you liked about the video, what you think about the quality, let me know below. Like, subscribe, share, do it up for your boy. It's your man Wayne Train. I'm out.